Well, let's put some myths to bed. Has he got legs? Like, can he cover the ground? You know, some people say, you know, this is the perfect guy to step in for Declan Rice. And other people go, well, he's nothing like Declan Rice. He can't cover the ground. Let's put that to bed. What do you think?
So if you look at his touch map and his heat map, I think, if you Opta, usually you've got really good sort of stats for that. And his touch map, maybe not last season, but the season before, pretty sure he touched the ball in every single quadrant of the pitch, like all over. And his heat map is everywhere as well. He covers every blade of grass just slowly. Like, he gets up to his top speed quickly, and then that's his top speed. And I think one thing that made it, I'm not going to lie, I think one thing that actually made him look even slower was the flat midfield three that Newcastle play. Because the way that, even with Tonali sitting as the deeper one, he wasn't really encouraged to be the deeper one. He almost just kind of naturally did that. The instructions were for him to be as part of a flat midfield three. So when Newcastle are not in possession, it's like a 4-5-1 mid block, which is, rubbish, to be honest. But anyway, that's what it is. And Bruno, on the counter-attack, for example, if he lost the ball out the field or we lost the ball out the field, he always sprinted back as quickly as he could. But there was no cover, and he could never get back because he is slow, but I don't think that means he's not a Declan Rice. He's not going to cover every blade of grass because he's such an intelligent player that he reads exactly where he needs to be on and off the ball. So if he sees an opportunity whereby maybe a team shifted over to the left-hand side, he'll find a pocket of space just in the right area. If he sees the team struggling and build up, he'll drop back into build up and help out there. I mean, he had a hold Tonali's hand during build up, like, to be brutally honest. Like, Spurs have just spent 100 million on Tonali, and I like Tonali. Can't even lace Bruno's boots in basically every other technical facet of the game, bar running. So I think that I think alongside Rice, actually, that midfield I reckon that's the best midfield pivot in the Premier League. I think it's got it all.
Wow.
I think Rice and Bruno has got it all. I think Zubimendi, see you later, son. You will, by the end of his season, he will not be starting. Bruno will be starting, 100%.
Wow. Do you know what's so interesting? It sounds like, I want to use the word buzzy. It sounds like he's a buzzy player. Like, yes, he might not be the quickest, but like you said, gets to top speed quite quickly and can dart around and quickly intercept here and get there or whatever. And yes, in an open game, which, by the way, Arsenal don't play. Arsenal are compact all over the pitch. We move up and we move back. So actually, I think he should fit into that really nicely. And I think he'll really like Arsenal's out of possession setup. It will cover for any lack of pace he might have. But he can get to people quickly. And I remember in particular the Liverpool 3-2 game at the start of last season you lost at St James's Park, where down to 10 men, but you pulled yourselves back to 2-2, and he was like the driving force, and you just thought, this guy's everywhere. But you're right, nor have I ever thought that this was a super pacey, glidey player. He's not, but he gets about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one thing that stands him out is his ability to retain possession under pressure. So obviously, when teams quickly realise that, if you're going to stop Newcastle, you need to stop Bruno. So when the ball got played into short to him, you usually have 2-3 men rush him, but it didn't matter because he turned them. He would turn them, he'd get past them, and then suddenly we're away. We've got pace on the wings, we've got Joe Linton marauding forward as well, and that totally changed the way Newcastle play, because immediately that's the press gone. Whoever's trying to press him, he's so press resistant. That's what he is. And then you saw the difference when Tonali was on his own. He's not press resistant at all. He can't get on the half turn. That is Bruno's game, getting on the half turn, getting the ball forward. But then, as I say, he'll chip in with goals. He'll chip in with assists. He's a very good set piece taker. We only really found that out last season. He's a very good set piece taker. I know Arsenal already have some excellent set piece takers, but Bruno's up there as well as a top draw set piece taker. He can't really shoot from range. He hasn't got a lot of long shot power, but when he does shoot from range, it's accurate. So he has scored from outside the box quite often because he finds the corners. There was a goal a few years ago he scored against Brentford where, if you watch it, it looks like he's just p-rolled it along the floor from the outside of the box. But what he's actually done is he's picked out perfectly the near post corner where the keeper can't get down to reach it. And I think the thing for Newcastle fans is, of course, that he's worn his heart on his sleeve the whole time. He is fully invested in this football club. His dad is a legend at the football club, as I goes to every single away game. And he had no right to. He's just a Brazilian bloke. He's had his 2 kids on Tyneside as well. He's just a Brazilian bloke. He has no right to have this adulate, affection for this football club. But you saw when we won the Carabao Cup, he's literally in tears saying how he wanted to put his name in the club's history, and the fact he's done it respectfully means that he will keep his name. I was definitely saying if he'd gone on strike, you're done. But that's just me. Yeah.
No, completely and utterly fair. You talked about press resistance. Really want to talk about him and what he adds to Arsenal in build-up, and then we'll talk tactics and about where he fits in particular. Really interesting because Arsenal have lacked the ability to move through the pitch centrally. Now, Bruno Guimarães for me is the litmus test of, is this an Arteta problem or was this a player problem? Because Zubimendi was meant to give us that, and we've struggled. Lewis Skelly came in, and suddenly we actually started to see more of that. If suddenly we're able to access the middle of the pitch so much more because of Bruno, I think that suggests that Arteta was always actually looking for that piece to really cement it. But if we start playing around teams again, that will suggest, well, this is just fundamentally a tactic. Bruno Guimarães, you're talking about him as press resistance, but his passing goes under the radar too for how elite he is. Are we talking short, medium and long? Are we talking creatively as a passer too? Or are we talking very much just keeping the tempo of the game going?
He's not keeping the tempo game going, Guy. I mean, I think he can do it, but you're not getting the best out of him there at all. As I say, he's got all the skills, but his short passing's elite, doesn't really lose it very often. His medium passing through the lines is always so good. Obviously it helps when you've got Isak up front to retain the ball, but he always punched it through that line to Isak, and then we'd had runners off him out wide. With Walter Marder, he still punched the ball through the line to Walter Marder. It's just Eddie Howe had no idea what to do with Walter Marder, so we didn't have anyone around him. So essentially, Bruno was so good at that, and you actually felt sorry for him sometimes. He plays unbelievable pass out of Murphy and he just miscontrol it. And you're like, well, what's the point of that? I'd be fuming. What are you doing? His long passing, I think, goes under the radar because I think that he is excellent at those switches of players. And I'll tell you what he's unbelievable at as well. Outside of the foot passes and crosses. There's a assist he got last season against Leeds at home. We won 4-3, where he's actually played a bad pass out to Miley. Miley's pulled it back to him, and it's on the edge of the box, on the left hand side of the box. And you're like, well, that's for your left foot, but he goes to the outside of the right foot and he just curls it in the middle of the 6-yard box, and then Joe Linton heads it in. Players aren't expecting that, and to do that, he got another one a few years ago for Trippier. Same thing, outside of the right foot into Trippier. He's got that Brazilian samba. He's got that Brazilian flair. I'd be very surprised if Arsenal fans don't fall in love with him, because he will fight every single minute he's on the pitch. But in terms of his passing and his creativity ability, he's going to unlock so many doors. If he was going to leave Newcastle, I always wanted him to go to a European team because it's going to hurt watching him play every single week for Arsenal.